happy when the rain came a little bit?
Well, it's a tough situation because I felt like there were so many ups and downs between the beginning of the first till that break, um, and in a way she was up a break, and it was a little bit difficult going in because I felt like I started getting a little bit of momentum back in the second set, and then just didn't really take my chances when I had them, and played a sloppy game at 4-5, and um, but I didn't really mind. I have the experience of getting off the court and waiting a little bit and trying to start from scratch.
And how proud of yourself are you the way you served that final game to serve out the match?
Yeah, well, that was really important, especially against Nadia. She, one of her strengths is her serve. When it's on and she's holding easy, that obviously puts more pressure on the service game. So I really try to concentrate on that and, be smart and mix it up a little bit more. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the way it came out in the third, and I didn't let that little letdown bother me. I just, kept on fighting. So, yeah.
What sort of You looked so pumped up during all the first set when you came back on the court, responding, encouraging yourself. What does this quarter mean to you? Because it seems something special.
Well, of course, you're playing a night match at the U.S. Open. You have a rain delay, then you come back, and then all the same people that were there, waited through for 45 minutes, and they came back to watch the end of the match. So there's no that energy in the stadium, um, with the music and the cheering, and it's just unique, And I think it really pumped me up, really got me going. I wasn't going to leave that court without a fight.
Maria, did you call your dad or did he call you?
Thomas told me he wanted to talk to me.
And you took the call?
Well, then I called him.
So did he?
I didn't want to hear it after.
Right.
If I didn't call him, I didn't want to have that conversation.
I can't imagine he just said fight. He must have said more than that. Or did you just tune him out after he said fight?
No, he knows by now, like, where to stop and where to keep going. He has that experience with me. No, he just said, like, he said, your energy dropped in the beginning of the second set, but that's over, it's done, and now you got to go out there and fight.
Maria Sharapova was just asked about the rain delay, and she said that really that's why you won, and she called it your lucky day.
Great. I'm the winner, so whatever she wants to call it is fine with me.
Any win, of course, is a good thing, but you're 11-0 in matches this year, the first three sets. What sort of pride do you take in having that kind of success in tight matches that go the distance, and why do you think you are so successful?
Yeah, it's a nice statistic. I don't really think about it going into a new third set situation. It certainly wasn't on my mind because every match is different and have a different circumstance, whether you started slow and then came back in the second or you had it late down in the second. But overall, I mean, I always think that no matter how you start the match, it's always how you finish, and whether it's an hour or whether it's 3 hours that you're out there, I don't want to give up until the last point, and it's pretty much the mentality that I try to have going into a third set.
Right, this sort of demonstrative loudness you had at the Olympics also you've had here too. Is that something you sort of learned in your career?
I had what?
Just being more come-ons and vocal after points, something relatively new for you in 2012.
I think I've always been pretty vocal. I think we can all agree on that one.
Maria, can you talk a little bit about the mentality on the second serve? Because it seems like now you've decided, I'm just going to go for it. It's going to be in the 90s. I'm going to hit my spot. I don't care if I double. I mean, even the last couple games you were going for some pretty big serves.
Yeah, because I think against someone that likes to take chances like that, she loves to step in and go for it. I mean, I wouldn't blame her. If I had second serves that were 80 miles per hour, I'd probably want to step in too and hit them in the corners and take advantage of that. And she's an aggressive player. She goes for it, and that's not something I wanted to give her.
Can you talk about playing Mario Bartoli in the next round?
Yeah, we haven't played in a long while. It was a great win for her today, someone who's been playing really good this summer. But yeah, it's nice to see her back in the quarterfinals of a slam. I think she's been a little bit up and down, but obviously her level has stepped up here. I haven't watched any of her matches here, but played her before. I know her game style. It's always a little bit different, non-traditional, but yeah, it's the quarterfinals, and I'm excited.
Does it feel like 2000 so long for you since the quarterfinals, or does it seem like just yesterday you were in the quarters here?
A little bit of both. Sometimes you look back and you think, oh, that was many years ago, and had baby cheeks still, and but then you think, oh, where has the time flown? It's so fast, and but yeah, I missed a year, so that chance was taken away from me of getting far, but we're here now, and I'm back in the quarterfinals. It's a nice feeling, and I gotta go from here.
Maria, the time thing, seeing players that you played a lot with, like Kleister's retired, does it make you feel like more of a veteran?
I kind of feel somewhere in the middle, really. I started when I was very young, and now I'm playing a lot more opponents that are younger than me. I don't think that necessarily means that I'm a veteran, but I've been on the tour for a long time. I'm experienced, but there's still many years ahead of me. I don't think I'm at the end of my career.
Maria, the last 3 times here post-surgery, obviously it wasn't the best tennis, but do you look at those matches as just a process of coming back from the shoulder, or do you say to yourself on those occasions, I just didn't play my best and I had chances in all those matches?
In here at the US Open?
Like against Melanie and Caroline and then last year.
Yeah, they're just, I don't like to look back at those, especially a couple of them. But every circumstance is different. Every match you play, you gotta bring your A game, and obviously in those situations, my opponents played a lot better. They won the match, and there's a reason why they did. But obviously those losses make you hungrier to come back and do better.
But what I'm saying is, do you look at the whole thing as a process? Do you take the bigger picture, or do you kind of compartmentalize?
I think it's really the only way to look at it. I think if you look at it in a negative perspective, then it's pretty tough, because then you have a whole another year and you got to think about it for a year. That's pretty depressing.
Maria, you have a lot of crowd support here today. Did it seem like you had even more crowd support than you usually do?
Yeah, I certainly felt that energy today, especially when we came back. Maybe it just gave an opportunity for people to drink more, so they're just more excited. I'm not sure, but it was nice. It was a really nice atmosphere today.
Can you just describe what it's like to be on that court when that many people are yelling? Is it
It's amazing.
that loud and you can get
It
the
is.
noise, really?
It's really,
So
yeah.
it's not like you're checking out on it. You can really hear the noise.
It's so, when we describe all the different Grand Slams, it's just, energy is like the word that I think of when I think of the US Open. Just from the tunnel and the bright lights there, and then you walk out, and then the fans are kind of right there in that little tunnel, and they're screaming they want your autograph before the match, putting their hands out, and then you walk out, and it's just this massive stadium. And when it's filled up, when it's night and you have the lights on, it's just so special. It's so unique to be a tennis player in that atmosphere.
Maria, you talked about your hunger, but you won a career slam this year. You got an Olympic medal. Is that at all hard to think, to keep yourself going, saying, I still need more? I'm not sure.
I think it gives you extra motivation. I'll tell you, it's a lot tougher mentally, more challenging to lose a match and say right away, I'm hungry for more, just because it's always, losing is not always fun, and it's not. Obviously, the faster that you turn around and change that mentality, the better, but when you have moments of victory and when you're holding the trophy, you think back of the work that you put in, and that's when you realize that it's worth it, and that's when you know that there's no better motivation. So, absolutely, if I didn't have that, I would be announcing a retirement, but I'm not, and I still feel like I have a lot more left in me, and things that I certainly can improve in my game, and that's why I get up and want to work hard. Thank you. Is there Russian? Oh, yeah. Хорошо. Спасибо. Тяжелый матч был, ну, несмотря